Jesus Christ be praised.
I'm looking for a fellow called Riki. Do you know him?
You mean Hynek? He's the tanner's son, isn't he?
Any idea where I could find him?
I don't know. Try at his folks' house, but he doesn't spend much time there.
So you know this Hynek. Can you tell me something about him?
Not much, I confess. Most of the village folk avoid him like the plague.
Why's that?
No one with a nose likes spending too much time around tanners, and that Riki keeps bad company. I've never heard a good word said about him.
What can you tell me about the old courier?
He's as cantankerous as a hog in a thorn bush. He won't talk to anyone.
Why do they call Hynek Riki anyway?
He's a tanner, isn't he? If you're ever downwind of him, you'll understand. Tanning isn't a trade for the weak of stomach.
True enough, but not every courier gets cursed with a name like that.
Hynek's nature's no sweeter than his smell.
Why has he got such a bad name?
Well, like his old man, he doesn't talk much to anyone, and then he's always skulking off somewhere. I heard he got a taste of the pillory in Rattay for thieving, and in Neuhof he got boozed up in the alehouse with his cronies, and they beat up some merchants.
So a bit more than high spirits.
Just so. We're all honest folk here, and we've no use for the likes of him.
Don't tell me there's not a single person who talks to him.
He's been seen around with one of the bathhouse wenches. Adela, I believe she's called.
I'm honoured that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Well, we can try it.
Are we agreed?
That's not enough.
I knew we'd come to an arrangement.
I'm interested in your services.
Uh-huh. And what do you want?
A bit of everything. Heal my wounds, have a proper bath. Oh, and my garments are in need of laundering.
That can be arranged, but you'll pay in advance.
I'm not giving you that much.
And how much are you willing to pay?
Since it's you,
More. You won't regret spending the money, I guarantee it.
proper bath.
It will clean your body and lighten your soul. You should come more often. Hey, is someone there?
My respects to you.
Hey! Watch it. No. Ah, lovely.
I heard you've been seeing Hinek, the tanner's son.
So what? Come to preach at me, have you? That I'm
What
a
are
loose
you
woman,
gaping
a
at?
sinner,
Have you
that I
paid?
seduce
No?
decent men?
Then get lost.
God, no, nothing like that. It's just that you're the only one in the village who sees Hinek, so I came to ask you about him.
Aye, I've seen him often enough, but I don't know what I could tell you about him. Who is it?
When did you last see him?
A few days ago.
What are you
He came to me
gaping at?
late in the
Have you
evening,
paid? No?
drunk.
Then
And
get
that was
lost.
unusual?
I never saw him drink much. He always came to me sober.
So he was acting strangely that evening.
He was strange. I had the feeling he was afraid of something. He keeps prattling on and didn't seem to care about you know what. So I
Hey,
threw
you
him
there.
out and I haven't
Are
seen
you
him
going to hang
since.
around here gaping like a stuffed squirrel all day and night? If you can't pay for a
Can
bath,
you remember
clear
anything he
off.
said that evening?
Oh, I'm not sure. He went on about some fellow called
Hey, you
Lubosh who
there.
died.
Are you going to hang around
That he was
here
regretting
gaping
he
like a
ever got
stuffed
into it.
squirrel all day
But he
and
never
night?
said what
If
it
you can't
was.
pay for a bath,
And that it
clear
wasn't
off.
worth it for the money. Aye. And then he was talking about the money.
What are you
That was
staring
very
at?
odd.
The baths are for paying guests, not idlers with nothing better to do.
What did he say about the money?
Just that he had a pile of it hidden behind his house.
I see. What did you say to that?
What could I say? He was drunk. He kept
Hey,
saying
you
I was a
there.
fine
Are you
girl,
going to hang around
and other
here gaping
harlots
like
wouldn't
a
go with
stuffed
him even for
squirrel all
money.
day and night?
And if
you
I
can't
wanted,
pay for
I
a
could
bath,
even take
clear
half
off.
the money and leave. Or he'd go with me, and we could get married and such. All just poppycock.
Did he tell you exactly where he hid it?
He said he buried it at his father's small holding in the western corner.
All right, thank you. Did he tell you exactly where he hid it?
He said he buried it at his...
What
All
are
right,
you
thank you.
gaping at? Have you paid? No?
Did
Then
you go there
get
for a look?
lost.
No, I've got better things to do. Obviously he made it up. Where would a layabout like him get so much coin?
Yes, I understand. Is it true?
What?
Other whores wouldn't go with him even for money.
The other bathhouse girls are
Hey,
honest,
you there.
so I
Are
don't
you
know.
going to hang around here
The truth
gaping
is,
like a
I
stuffed
felt a bit
squirrel
sorry for
all
him.
day and night?
Folk
If
don't
you
like
can't
him,
pay
but
for
it's
a
only
bath,
'cause his
clear
old man
off.
is a grouch and a tanner.
I heard they don't like him because he keeps company with villains.
True enough. But they didn't like him before that either. Or me. They're close-minded yokels. Both of us are the black sheep of the village.
There's nothing more between you?
No,
Hey,
nothing.
you there. Are
Maybe
you going to
Hinek
hang
thinks
around here
differently,
gaping like a stuffed
but that's how it
squirrel all
goes.
day and night? If you can't pay for a bath, clear off.
Where can I find Hinek?
I haven't seen him
Does he do that often?
from
Hey,
time
you
to
there.
time.
Are you going to
What the
hang
hell does
around
he get
here
up to
gaping
there?
like a stuffed squirrel
I-
all day and night? If you can't pay for a bath, clear off. Hey, you
Look,
there.
Hinek's my friend,
Are you
and I
going to
really
hang
need to
around
know
here
where he
gaping
is
like
and
a
what he's
stuffed
doing.
squirrel all
But I
day and
already
night?
told you I
If
don't...
you
So I
can't
suppose he
pay
just
for
goes
a
to the
bath,
woods to pick
clear off.
mushrooms, does he?
What are you
Mushrooms,
gaping
no.
at? Have you
More
paid?
like
No?
hares or other
Then
game.
Get lost.
So Hinek is a poacher? That's no surprise.
Well, he was never much of one for...
Do you know exactly where he goes? Maybe he has some favourite spot he might have told you about?
What are you
He said he
gaping
has
at?
some
Have you
hideout
paid?
in the woods,
No?
but he
Then
didn't tell
get
me
lost.
where.
Hey, who's there? What's that? Hey, you there. Are you going to hang around here gaping like a stuffed
I need to know more
squirrel
about
all
that
day and
hideout.
night? If you
I really
can't
don't
pay
know
for
where
a
it
bath,
is.
clear off.
I only know when he came back, he usually came to see
What are
me.
you staring
I see.
at? The baths are for paying guests, not idlers with nothing better to do.
How did you know he'd been to the woods?
He always talked about what he caught, and he never came to me at other times.
Hey,
Probably
you
didn't
there.
have the money
Are
for
you
it.
going to hang around here gaping like a stuffed squirrel all day and
Do you
night?
know who he sold it
If you
to?
can't pay for a bath,
He
clear
never
off.
told me straight up. But who could he sell it to?
What
The
are you
innkeeper,
staring at?
I
The
reckon.
baths are for paying
makes
guests,
sense.
not
For sure.
idlers with nothing better to do.
Do you know what route he took? At least the general direction. Anything that could help me find his hideout.
I think he usually went through the woodcutter's camp, 'cause he always brought me freshly chopped firewood, and he had wood chips on his boots.
Good. So at least I know where to start.
Hey, you there. Are you going to hang around here gaping like a stuffed squirrel
Another
all
thing
day
about
and
Hinnock's
night?
hide.
If you
Yes?
can't pay for a bath, clear off.
Another thing about...
What is it?
Is it true?
What?
Other whores wouldn't...
The other bath...
What are you staring at?
So you
The
only
baths
felt...
are for paying
Both of us
guests,
There's nothing
not
more
idlers
between.
with nothing
No.
better to do.
God bless.
Hey, you there. Are you going to hang around here gaping like a stuffed squirrel all day and night?
Who's there? What are you doing there? What's the matter with you?
Jesus Christ be praised.
I'm looking for a fellow called Riki. Have you ever heard of him?
Sure. Why wouldn't I? That's what they call my son, Hinek.
Ah. You wouldn't happen to know where he is, would you?
I don't know nothing.
Don't you at least know where he usually goes? It's important.
Hinek shows up at home once in a blue moon, so I don't know nothing about where he gets to. Even if I did, why would I tell every Tom, Dick and Harry?
Your son is about to get into deep shit. I'm trying to find him so I can warn him.
That's nothing new. He's always up to his ears in it.
But this time his neck's on the block. He got mixed up with some very dangerous people. I have to find him.
All right. He was here a few days ago, but he left right away. He looked like he was in a hurry.
And you don't know where he went?
I've got an idea, but I don't know where it is exactly.
I don't follow.
Hinek makes some money on the side from poaching. He boasted to me a few times about what a great hideout he found in the woods, but he never told me where it is.
Well, it's not much to go on, but it's better than nothing. Thank you. I'd like to talk to you about your Hinek.
I'm very busy, so...
Do you at least know any friends he's with, or someone he goes to see?
As far as I know, nobody here in the village talks.
I heard he's seeing some bathhouse wench.
Maybe. He can't get it for free, so I suppose he has...
What can you tell me about the coin I found hidden behind your house?
Coin? What coin?
A pretty pile of groschen nicely stashed away for a rainy day. If I'd known tanning was so lucrative, I'd have switched trades.
I don't know nothing about it.
And I suppose you know nothing about the bloodied gambeson your son hid there too? Of course, it would be a shame to throw away such a valuable thing.
Behind my house, you say?
So you really don't know anything about it? Looks like you pulled the wool over your eyes. Still, I'm not surprised he never told you about it, considering how he came by that money.
How did he come by it?
He was paid to raid the Neuhoff stud farm. He and his cronies slaughtered horses, stable boys, and even the owner, Smill.
Jesus Christ, I heard about that. You're saying Hynek was with them?
Almost certainly.
He could have at least told me about the money, the little shit.
Forget about that. Tell me where he is.
All right. He was here a few days ago, but he left right away. He looked like he was in a hurry.
And you don't know where he went?
I've got an idea, but I don't know where it is exactly.
I don't follow.
Hynek makes some money on the side from poaching. He boasted to me a few times about what a great hideout he found in the woods.
Well, it's not much to... Don't you have any clue?
I really don't know nothing about that,
How's that?
because every time he brought some hides for tanning and money.
He had money because he sold the stuff right away.
I suppose. He never kept any of his loot here.
Do you know who he sold it to?
No. But the innkeeper came here now and again and gave him coin. Of course, it could have been for meat.
All right. What more do you know?
Nothing! I swear!
I know he didn't talk to you about it, but you must have noticed something, right? How much time did he spend away? What was he wearing? How did he look when he came back? Anything?
Well, he came and went at all sorts of hours. I really don't know. Except maybe one thing. He'd come home scratched with brambles and with leaves and muck on him.
So he probably went through thick woods to get to that place.
I reckon. What do I know? Jesus! Look where you're going!
Good day to you. What do you need?
I'd like to discuss the price.
Well, we can try it.
What do you say to this?
That's not enough.
Oh, that's a decent price. Is something troubling you?
I wouldn't say it's troubling me exactly, my boy, but I've heard talk about the Sasso blacksmith and I'm losing sleep over.
What talk might that be?
They say they've heard him chanting when he tempers steel, and that nothing of his ever breaks.
Well, if it's troubling you, go and have a look for yourself.
Easy for you to say. I have too much work to do. And anyway, I can't just turn up asking questions. He wouldn't tell me anything.
Using spells to strengthen steel? That sounds like old wives' tales to me.
That's what they say. They say he was always muttering something, and if anyone catches him at it, he stops at once and gives them dirty looks.
Maybe he's just praying.
Well, he's getting help of some sort, whether it's prayers or something less holy.
And, how could I help with that?
Simple enough. Go there and find out if there's any grain of truth in it.
I suppose asking costs nothing.
Just don't ask him outright about any sorcery.
Don't worry, I'm not that daft.
Good, good. And don't worry. You won't be the poorer for it. Once you find out what's what, I'll find a way to recompense you.
All right. I'll go and see if there's anything to the stories.
Good. But be subtle about it. Don't go embarrassing yourself. Or me.
God be with you, good sir.
Have you got a bed for the night?
Certainly. For how long?
How about if I pay you for several nights?
Sure, but let's see your coin first. These are harsh times.
That's quite a lot. Can we discuss the price? Agree?
It'll take more than that to persuade me. You'll like it here. Like sleeping on a cloud it is.
I've only got 2 hands.
Where do I go to sleep?
That's easy. As soon as you go indoors, at the end of the room on the left, there's a door leading to the chamber. Everything's prepared for you there.
I want to ask about the courier's son, Hinek.
But ask someone else. They've nothing to do with Riki. He'd only drive my customers away.
Really? I heard a different story. I heard the two of you do business together.
Who are you, anyway?
A friend of Hinek's. He's gone missing and I need to find him.
I don't know where he is. But if you find the bastard, tell him he still owes me some goods.
I don't give a damn what deals you've been doing together. I won't tell anyone. I just need to know where Riki is. It's urgent.
What have our deals got to do with where he disappeared to?
More than you think. It's likely Riki is hiding out at his poaching lair, and believe me, it wasn't hard to find out who was buying game from him, and it's even easier to go to the castle and tell them. Poaching's a crime, after all.
All right. But give me your word of honor you won't tell anyone about our deal.
You have my word.
Fine. So, what do you want to know?
I hear Hinek has a hideout in the woods he uses for hunting game. Do you know where it is?
Not exactly. That is... I don't know where it is at all.
But
I happen to know it's a dark place, a cave or an old mine shaft.
how do you know that?
Whenever Riki was going poaching, he always came to me first for candles and lamp oil. He brought the game skinned and gutted, so we had to have a light for that.
How much game did he bring you?
Not much, a few pieces. There's no great demand here. Sometimes the gentry has something, otherwise it ends up in sausages.
And do you know of any mine shafts nearby?
There's a few of them around. There's one on the opposite bank, a short way off the path leading from the forge to the west. Then there's a mine gallery to the east of the village, up in the woods above the cliffs. And I heard there's one shaft on the headland close to the water.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Watch you don't break your neck, though. It's rough ground, and you could easily fall down a shaft.
Good day to you.
I'm looking for Hinek, the courier's son.
Riki. Aye, he shows up here sometimes. Why do you ask?
I'm trying to find him.
Good luck, then.
Has he been here recently?
A few days ago. He came by in the evening, well into his cups. He might have fallen somewhere and broken his neck for all I know.
So he went into the woods?
Aye, like always.
How do you know him?
We worked together building a mill by Yanovitz, and then he vanished. A year later I came here to work, and lo and behold, there's Riki.
Do you know what he gets up to in the woods?
What do you reckon? Making money. It's no secret he goes poaching.
You're speaking as if that's perfectly legal.
No, that's not allowed. I know. I mean, I think he might be poaching, but maybe he's gathering firewood. No way for me to know, right?
Firewood, of course. I hear Riki has a hideout in the woods somewhere. Do you know where it is?
Aye, I think I was there once.
You think? What does that mean? Either you were there or you weren't.
Well, once me and Hinek had a bit of a drink together here, and we ran out of ale. Hinek said he had some stashed away in the woods, so off we went.
But do you remember anything about it? The direction or which path you took?
Aye, I can tell you exactly. We went from the edge of the camp here along the path down to the creek. A little upstream, there's a fallen tree bridging the water. We went across it to the other side, then we went uphill to a big boulder. You have to listen carefully there.
Why?
There's a spring nearby. Someone put a kind of little mill wheel on the stream below it. You can hear it going clap, clap, clap all day and night.
Uh-huh.
Once you find it, you go around the spring and nearby you'll see a clearing. That's where Hinek's hideout is. It's an old mine gallery or cave.
About Hinek.
Aye?